Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here. Welcome back to the Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin full playthrough walkthrough. In part 13, we're going to be going through Drangleic Castle. We'll be fighting two bosses, the Twin Dragonriders, as well as the Mirror Knight. Once we get close to Mirror Knight, once we get to that last bonfire, we are going to go offline, because that is a mixed PvE-PvP fight if you're online. I'll explain more as we get there, but just heads up, we will be disconnecting from the internet in this part of the walkthrough. You don't have to, though. Okay, if you've never joined me for these walkthroughs, it's a casual Let's Play style walkthrough. My job here is to make this game as manageable as possible for you. The Souls series is difficult, there's no denying that, but it can get a lot easier when you know what you should be doing and how to approach every encounter, so that's my job here. And hopefully it's fun to boot. Showing you my stats, currently level 117, 40 Vigor, 25 Endurance, 18 Vitality, 4 Attunement, 27 Strength, 22 Dex, 25 Adaptability, 4 Intelligence, 6 Faith. Currently using a Santier Spear plus 4. It is broken, meaning that I broke the stone on the head of it, and it turns into a better weapon. I also have a short bow, some arrows, 10 flasks, and Ring of Steel Protection plus 1, Claranthe Ring plus 1, Ring of Blades, Covetous Silver Serpent Ring. I'm going to do a couple things before we actually get started in Drangleic Castle. First things first, somebody in my Discord server actually left a comment on one of my previous walkthroughs telling me that I missed an encounter with the Pursuer. And this encounter is in the Smelter Demon room after you defeat him. And killing him here will give you the Ring of Blades plus 1. So I want to upgrade my ring, so I'm going to kill the Pursuer really fast here. Hopefully it's still possible. Yes, great. So this is like a Scholar of the First Sin exclusive here. Pursuer does not show up so many times in the original version of the game, so you have to keep that in mind. It's funny, I feel like my halberd did more damage to him. Maybe not. Oh boy. Wow, that was really close. I feel like if my adaptability stat wasn't as high, that would not have gone that way. Oof. There we go. Ring of Blades plus 1, excellent. So thank you very much to Hisato. Always a big help in Dark Souls 2, because I don't know this game as well as the others. Okay, and then I want to do one other thing. I want to infuse my weapon with the raw infusion with Steady Hand McDuff. If you're following my build and using the Santier Spear, when it breaks, there's no scaling. Actually, I don't think there's any scaling at all on this weapon. I'm not sure if that's because it's broken or not, but we can infuse it with raw, and then normally raw would reduce the scaling bonuses, but because there is no scaling on Santier's Spear, we just get the straight bonus. Magic, Fire, Lightning, Dark. Raw. There we go. Cool. So once I get another Twinkling Titanite, I'll be able to upgrade the weapon to plus 5 and finish the upgrade. Alright, so to get to Drangleic Castle, we need to go to the Ruined Fork Road bonfire in the Shaded Woods. And in order to access the castle and access the Shrine of Winter, you will need to have completed and killed... You'll need to have killed the 4, let's call them primal bosses or old soul bosses. These bosses drop a great soul at the end, so that's Duke's Dear Freya, that's the Rotten, oh god, Duke's Dear Freya, Rotten, like that I think, Dear Freya, Rotten, Lost Sinner, and Old Iron King. So you need to have defeated those 4 bosses. and obtained their souls. Alternatively, you can do this by getting a total of 1 million souls in your playthrough. Oh god, this isn't going how I thought it was. I didn't realize this guy was here. If you have 1 million soul memory, the door will open anyway, even without the great souls. So that's one way to do it. It's often like the speedrunner method for accessing the Shrine of Winter. Okay. So, hilariously, all the Shrine of Winter... Don't forget there's a shade here as well. This guy is not an actual shade. He's an enemy. And somebody's going to come down the ramp there, so just be careful. Now. So all the Shrine of Winter actually does is let you get to the other side of this rubble. So it's kind of just preventing you from jumping over. Like, it's really all it does. And it kind of bothers me that all this is rubble, you know what I mean? Like, it makes you not feel great that you need to defeat 4 huge bosses just to get past rubble. Like, I just don't think that's great design. And all they could have done was just sealed this up or something. Like, that's all they needed to do. Or just change this terrain a bit. Like, be a bit more creative, I feel. But it is what it is. Alright, so there's something else that we got to talk about here with the Shrine of Winter. So this door will open once, if you have all 4 of those souls. There is a, I don't know, obelisk here, if you want to call that. This obelisk leads to the final of the 3 DLCs, Elium Lois, which is the Frozen City. We don't have the key yet, so don't worry about it, but you can go through there and I think light the first bonfire to teleport in, but yeah, you do need the key to enter. But on the other side of the Shrine of Winter, just double checking me. I want to make sure I didn't miss any treasures. No. Okay. On the other side of the Shrine of Winter, we are able to come down here. And here we are on the other side of the rubble. So again, really nothing crazy. It's just rubble. Okay, one thing I do want to mention too is that in the vanilla version of the game, there would have been a flexile sentry here. That was moved, however. They moved the flexile sentry into Sinner's Rise. The one in the water there was not there in the vanilla version of the game. Oh my god, what do you have, like 1 health left, dude? Jesus. Perfect. I mean, not really. I took a bunch of damage. Alright. So as we begin to approach the castle, it's going to get darker and darker and feel like it's raining. Alright, so we're going to go through this little tunnel. And I want you to look at something here. So this is Drangleic Castle, right? Looks pretty far away. We're going to go through a tunnel, and then this is sort of going to load. And then, like, we went straight, but now the castle's over here. The geography of Dark Souls 2 doesn't make a ton of sense. Alright, so we have a couple of crossbow shooters up here. Once you get close, they will take out their swords, though, so be careful. Oops. So these are the guys that we saw in the Lost Bastille. Very similar, sort of like prison guards, if you will. I do like seeing them again here. I feel like it adds context to Lost Bastille. Sort of like these were the king's soldiers and he needs them to guard the Lost Center or something like that. Okay. Here we are at Drangleic Castle. Really cool design. I quite like it a lot. Ooh, hey. Let me get that. Chunk and a slab. Nice. Okay, so we have the maiden in green here, who is now, it's like a different model, I think. I think she's shorter here or something like that. But anyway, let's speak with her.
This castle is isolated, but nonetheless you must forge on. to bring an end to your journey.
Yeah, not much. Not much to say there. Check in here. Sometimes there's treasure like hidden behind the sconces. Alright, so these mastodons are going to come to life once we get close. Yep, there you go. So these are the guys that were guarding the doors of Pharos. So same sort of strategy here. Oof. Yikes. Ow. That was coming. So anyway, you don't want to let them... I mean, I think if they kill the maiden in green, I don't think it's like that big of a deal, but of course I don't want that to happen. Wow. That was wild. Oh boy. So I don't want to get too close to the castle, because there will be additional enemies. I'm really not worried too much about spending flasks here because there is a bonfire pretty close to the entrance that we're going to be able to open. Uh-oh. I feel like this is like the one enemy that the Santier Spear struggles on. Just these big body enemies that can actually attack pretty quick. Mastodon Halberd. Okay, so there's something really, there's like a specific mechanic here that I want to explain. So you can see a brazier here and a brazier here on either side of the door. What we have to do is kill enemies near the golems that are near these braziers, and then the souls of the enemies that we kill will move into the golems, and then in reality they're not actually braziers, they're really switches. So you gotta be careful, you gotta make sure that you're killing near the golems, otherwise the souls will not go in. There you go. So once both are lit, they will turn their little switches or something. You'll hear the like puzzle solve sound, and then yeah, they pull it up and twist. Pretty cool. And then that opens the door. Really cool animation. So that sort of puzzle mechanic we'll see that again. So don't think that's the last we've seen of that. It's in this chest. We have Great Combustion and Fire Seed. And then I'm not sure if there's anything on the left, but I'm going to check anyway. Oh, yeah, we got a couple more of these guys. So these guys, believe it or not, are actually infinitely spawning. But if you stand here, they won't actually infinitely spawn. They sort of only infinitely spawn out of view. That's kind of the way it works. I feel like only some of these come alive, but I do like souls, so we'll kill them. And we'll go inside. So these guys are Cyan Knights. Alright. Great. Okay, cool. Time to head inside. So, kind of like a haunted mansion, there is a, I don't know what you call them, like a maitre d' or something, like, is just like a castle greeter. So let's speak with him.
Who are you? And by whose permission do you stand before me? This castle is the domain of King Vendrick. Is your trespass intentional? His Highness. Where has he gone? You are a guest of our castle. I am the Chancellor, Wellager. Do you seek an audience with my lord, King Vendrick? Unfortunately, His Highness is absent. My lord, the King, has... The Queen has taken him. My lord made magnificent findings on souls. An accomplishment for the ages. He vanquished 4 great ones and built this kingdom upon their souls. Our king has watched over this land since ages long, long ago. King Vendrick, we must fight back, or the giants will take Drangleic. The king had a dear queen, a woman of unparalleled beauty. Long ago, the queen came to us, alone, from a faraway land. She warned of the looming threat across the seas, of the giants. The king crossed the ocean and defeated the giants with the queen at his side. The king commandeered their power and created the golems. With the golems, the king created this castle to celebrate victory and to show his love, his gratitude to his queen. The queen brought peace to this land and to her king. A peace so deep, it was like the dark. Is this some sort of a dream? Where am I? What has happened to our castle? Who are you? And by whose permission do you stand before me? Welcome, visitor. Our guests are treated with honor. This is the way of our castle. Tell me if you should require anything.
All right. So Chancellor Wellager gives you this one's me gesture, and then he also sells a bunch of things. Really important to remember though, on New Game Plus 2, so you have to have finished the game twice, he will sell additional items, spells, and weapons. You cannot use a bonfire. I mean, you can use a bonfire aesthetic in Drangleic Castle and move the enemies to New Game Plus and the loot to New Game Plus, but Wellager will not change his sales table, his item table here, until you have actually completed the game twice. So bonfire aesthetics will not affect this vendor. You can buy an infinite amount of repair powder from him. Really, really good item to keep handy. And then on New Game Plus 2, he sells the Curved Twin Blade, Crescent Sickle, Spirit Tree Shield, and then he will also sell Wrath of the Gods and Bountiful Sunlight Miracles, as well as the Great Chaos Fireball Pyromancy. So make sure you speak with him again once you have completed the game twice, if you're going for those trophies. All right, so in this room, I'm going to actually go to the bonfire first. So I'm not sure if there's a pursuer encounter in that room or if that requires New Game Plus. I don't want to find out the hard way, though. So the bonfire is this way. Right, this door is guarded by a cyan knight, so we gotta be careful. Let's just deal with this hallway. hallway here. Luckily, these guys go down fast. Great. So the bonfire is the other way, but I want to get what I can before we go there. So a sublime bone dust, very helpful. Yeah, these things aren't doors. Weird. Alright, I do believe that there are enemies on the other side of this door that we gotta be careful of. Yep. Alright, so what we gotta do... go in here. And there's a bonfire. Right through here. Cool. I'm just gonna light it, I'm not gonna rest. And we will address all of that later. For now, we're going to go back upstairs and go to that, I guess what you could call a throne room, where Wellager was. Okay, so I think this might require New Game Plus, but there's a double pursuer fight in here. Okay. Yeah, it's New Game Plus only. Let's double check here. Yeah, only on New Game Plus. All good though. I'm glad we checked. Okay, so the next room we're going to go into, if you remember the puzzle from the entrance where we got to put souls into the golems, we're going to do that again. But this time, we're going to do it a lot. And I'm actually going to refer to a map. I don't want to mess this up. So let's take a quick trip back to Majula to use our Sublime Bone Dust and maybe level up once or twice. Drangleic Castle door room. Map. I just want to know what's behind each door. Alright, I guess maybe we'll just do it the long way. It's not a big deal. Oops. Alright, let's burn our Sublime Bone Dust. And we will speak to Homegirl. What? I'm gonna keep going into Vitality. I only need 2,000 souls. Let's crack open a soul. this again. Yeah, none of the walkthroughs cover every single room. That's okay, though. Drangleic Castle. Go back there, and then we'll get started in this room. Okay. So, in this room, we have 2 golems and 6 doors. Behind several of the doors are ruined sentinels, so we need to be somewhat quick. I find it more important to light up the room, so I'm going to run over here, and then... Right. Light up the room here. Ow. Okay. So that's them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest at the bonfire to just reset those statues. The room stays lit, which is helpful. And that allows you to target enemies. Alright. So what I recommend doing is waiting until you open a door. Because, like I said, a lot of times there's a ruined sentinel behind you. Or behind the door, rather. Now. Ruined sentinels do not have souls, so I don't believe they can be used to open the doors, if I'm not mistaken. I'm like 99% sure of that one. So I'm pretty sure we just woke up another one. Yep. Try to drink real fast. Let's see if we can kite this guy over to this door. And big combo. I'm gonna try to bring this guy over here just because these 2 statues don't do anything. Groovy. We have another ruined sentinel here, and generally they shouldn't aggro unless you get near them, so we're gonna take it slow. Ow. Okay, very good. So let's explore these rooms now. Alright, nothing in this one. This door right here that I'm facing, that's the one that has the path out. I do believe... Okay, Ferrous Lockstone, always helpful. And I'm almost positive this one leads to the dark. Oh, hello. Did not realize he was in there. Darkdiver Grandahl is down in a pit through one of these doors. I'm almost positive it's this one. Yep. Oh! Son of a bitch. Okay, so here's where it gets a little frustrating. If you die, everything resets, including the ruined sentinels. So even though, you know, they're not that hard or anything, it can be a little frustrating to deal with. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to just bring these little hoplites to life. And basically just do what we did before. But probably get away with fighting them in their rooms. As long as we don't hit any walls, I think we're fine. I'm gonna kill this one. Alright, and then this one is at 1 HP, so I'm gonna bring him over here. I guess it wasn't really necessary. Alright, so I did that to open the door. I'm just going to open the rest of the doors. Alright. This was kind of goofy. I really should not have done this. I'm going to attempt to reset here. So I just opened up the rest of the doors. And then I don't think the Ruined Sentinels can come through here. Okay, so everybody back to their corners. And hopefully nobody leaves their room. Oh god, not good. Run, you goon. I was holding circle that entire time. I don't want to fight him in this room. Oh, damn, now we have 3. Kind of bad. This didn't go as I was hoping it would. Alright, that was good. Hopefully the other one just doesn't see me. And then this is resolved. I don't want him hitting that chest. Okay. Royal Soldier's Ring +1. I don't actually know what this ring does. Trying to keep an eye on that Ruined Sentinel over there. Increases maximum load. Okay. Mastodon Greatsword. Okay. Cool. So we have done everything. This is the path that we will take later. But for now... Oh god. Oh my god, he's down there. Alright, well this sort of sucks. Alright, let's light this bonfire. I actually forgot this was down here, so this is actually really nice. Alright, and then we have... one of these guys who's afraid of light, which is really good for us. But we kind of can't stick around to do a ton of damage to him, so we gotta... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we gotta, like, go back and forth here. Just try to play it safe. Okay, very good. So he's dead. So now we can just fight the Ruin Sentinel down in the cave here. Wonderful. Alright, then we get the Faram set, which is the armor set for like the box art. And then here is Darkdiver Grandahl.
Don't let this curse weigh upon you. We meet a second time. Perhaps you will.
Second time. Oh, I must not have spoken to him in Black Gulch.
Young undead, if you truly seek the dark, then we will surely meet again.
Okay. So I've said this the last 2 times we found him. I'll be doing an entire walkthrough for Darkdiver Grandahl and the area that he unlocks access to. I'll be doing that way later, probably before we finish the game. It's totally optional, and frankly a giant pain. It's not very fun. But yeah. Alright, so the only way out of here is to warp. So go back to the King's Gate Bonfire. And then go forward. So I think we could probably just hold right here and not worry about too much. So I'm going to deliberately try to move quickly through here because I don't... Yeah, the hoplites I'm not worried about. It's actually the Ruin Sentinels that I don't want to deal with. The hoplites are fine. I just thought he left. Yeah, and these guys are made of stone, so they have like basically infinite poise. And if they just kind of get into this blocking loop, it's not very fun. I think this is happening because he's in a room he's trying not to be in. Either way, he goes down. The Frozen Flower, so honestly a little annoyed I just picked this up. I'm pretty sure this is the key to the 3rd DLC. Let me just look this up real quick. Yeah, so this gives you access to the 3rd DLC in the Shrine of Winter. So, oh well. I generally prefer to pick that stuff up like all at once. You know, like when I do the DLC guides, I'll show you where to get the key and whatnot. But not a huge deal. Okay. Time to move. So, we're about to go back to the exterior here. You want to be like really careful when you walk past enemies, because sometimes they come alive, sometimes they don't. Alright. Something just came alive. Alright, so this is acid that degrades your armor. Or degrades all of your gear, actually. So I want to make it so we avoid a gigantic repair bill. But I think I might just forego it, honestly. Alright. There are a couple of items in here. Elizabeth Mushroom. Ugh, yeah, see what I mean? Now pretty much everything's broken. It's really fine, I don't care that much. corrosive urn. Congratulations. We're going to find another bonfire momentarily, so this is less bad than it looks. But yeah, everything's broken except the Santier spear, which is like the beauty of this weapon, is that it can't break. Alright. Now we just gotta be really careful. Let's open this door, see what's inside. Alright, so this room is a little tough, so I'm actually going to equip a shield. These masks can shoot poison darts. Right. So, it's like a weird little formation, but that's how it works. I've just avoided poison. I'm going to go ahead and unequip my shield, just because it weighs me down. Again, always listen behind you, because things come alive. You also want to be really careful, because the portrait of the queen in this room can curse you. And that should be like a little hint about her character. Whoa. I actually forgot they could do that. Okay. So yeah, if you get near the portrait, it curses you. So again, that should be your hint that, hey, something's wrong with the queen. That was a mean one. Ow. What? Did everyone see that? Great. Just checking for illusory walls. Yeah, alright. Cool. So again, that is Queen Nashandra, and something's wrong with her. Alright. I think if you look closely down there, you can actually see the maiden in green, maybe? Maybe if you hadn't gone back to Majula. Alright. So we gotta be careful here. Several archers to deal with. Yep, and then a Cyan Knight comes to life. So, try to kite him back into this portrait room, into the Sears Portrait Studio. And then fight him in here. Be a little bit easier. Man, my repair bill is going to be wild. I can't wait to see it. Okay. Alright, so there's a ladder over here. This is really easy to miss, and there's a hidden bonfire here. Right there. This is a hidden bonfire. I can't actually remember how I found this. I think it might have been a hint the first time I played. There it is. And then we have another ladder here, which goes down to the crossbow archer that was above the acid pit. So we can get our revenge. This chest. We get the hunter's black bow and iron arrows. Cool. So before we go any further, I am going to visit the blacksmith, and we are going to repair. Let's go back to Majula. I can only imagine how much this is going to cost us. god, I always forget this treasure exists. Not much, but still. Alright. So. Okay, not... I mean, the rings are going to be really expensive. For sure. Oh yeah, there it is. It's like 10 Gs right there. Luckily, the Santier spear is unbreakable once it's broken.
See, less.
Oh my god, I'm like 200 short. Alright. We gotta be economical here. We gotta do this right. I'm gonna start going back into endurance. And I don't think I have any additional Twinkling Titanite, but maybe I picked one up and didn't realize. No, still missing one. We'll get it soon enough, though. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna fight the first boss here. One of two. Go to the Forgotten Chamber Bonfire. And the boss here is the Twin Dragonriders. So it's just Dragonrider from Hyde's Tower of Flame times 2. One of them has a bow and sits up top and is very annoying. But really nothing too crazy. It's just a frustrating encounter. I don't really understand why the Cyan Knight comes alive there. Anyway. Okay, so he turns around. So now we can speak with Nishandra and see what she has to say for herself.
You have fought admirably on your journey, cursed undead. I am Nishandra, Queen of Drangleic. Their souls. The last king of this land, King Vendrick, as he was called. He found the strength to rule his people, and when the undead were cursed, he found more strength to face them.
Do I have to go to St. Louis to him?
He never took the true throne. Visit Vendrick. We have no need for 2 rulers.
Alright, so that's Queen Nishandra. That's the only time that we actually see her in human form. And believe it or not, even if we zoom in, you never really get a solid look at her. The next time we see her, she will look very different. But we will talk about that when it happens. Alright, cool. So, this area, this is basically it for the castle exterior, more or less. We will visit the outside once more in a little while, but this is kind of it. So Twin Dragonriders, it's literally 2 bosses with 2 different health bars, and one of the Dragonriders is on a perch in the top left corner of the room, and so you just have to keep an ear out for his bow being drawn back and firing, and then once that happens, just sort of roll in a different direction, and you shouldn't get hit by the arrow. He will drop down eventually. There he is up there. So it's the same fight. Oh, he dropped down already. Wow. Okay, that was a little surprising. Maybe because I got close. This boss music gets used so much. Anyway, since he dropped down, I'm going to go after him first just because he has no health. What just hit me? Anyway, try to get this big boy over here. Also, it's weird. This is like Scrooge McDuck's room. Like, there's gold all over the place. I don't really get it, but that's the first Dragonrider. From here on out, it's pretty easy. Nothing too crazy. It's just Dragonrider again. He can be parried, just like the first time, but not riposted. Bosses cannot be riposted in Dark Souls 2. Which is just as Strange choice, because they were repostable in Dark Souls 1 in some cases, like Gwyn, and then brought back again in 3, but that's Twin Dragonriders. You only get one Dragonrider soul for your troubles, and then there is another Bonfire here, and hey, look who it is, Benhart of Jugo. I'm going to look him up really quick, because I don't want to mess up his quest line. His is relatively short, but still important. Benhart of Jugo. Alright, so we are gonna, none of these fights count. So he's another one where if you summon him, you get to progress his quest line. Oh, okay, none of the Throne of Want fights count towards this questline. Okay. So I will summon him for Looking Glass Knight, or Mirror Knight. Yeah, because I do want to show you how to get his sword eventually. But let's speak with him now.
Oh, well met, friend. Good to see you well. Yes, very good indeed. I journeyed from the distant east to perfect my swordsmanship. The legend has it that powerful beings slumber in this land. This sword has been in my family for generations, and only a real man can wield it true. I may face any man or beast, and none shall be a match for my sword. This land is a right mess, eh? King's gone. The people have a mad glint in their eyes. The land itself is overrun by terrible beasts. No better place to test my sword, eh?
Alright, so this is... We've exhausted his dialogue, and I do want to mention, he does have a sword that looks an awful lot like the Moonlight Greatsword. It is not. That is the Blue Moon Greatsword, and it is effectively a fake sword. So don't kill him hoping that you're going to get the achievement. That's not how you get it. I will show you how to get it, though. Okay, so let's go upstairs here, and you'll see a locked grate. And I kind of forgot that it would be locked on this side, but it's good for you to know, right? Let's go the other way. May as well rest at the bonfire as well, just to restore my flasks. Bye-bye, Benhart. He's a cool NPC. I actually might not summon him for Looking Glass Knight, and then do a short bit in another guide where I summon him a few times for Prowling Magus. Okay, so this switch doesn't work just yet. This door is locked. We don't have the key. So for now, we have to take the ladder. What a thrill. Snake Eater. The ladders in Dark Souls 2 are quite long. Like a dream, Snake Eater. That person gets it. Alright. So, let's go through here. And then this is another room with a golem. Hello? Wow. Alright. Forgot about the wall ghosts. Pretty sure opening the door triggers these guys. Do I have to kite someone all the way through? Alright. Alright, so that activates the elevator. I'm just trying to be safe because I feel like these guys come alive at some point. It's a big elevator. Actually, where that elevator leads is kind of cool. It's like one of the more like shocking moments of the game. Alright, maybe not. Anywho. Old Knight Hammer. Kythus Chime and Soul Greatsword. Okay, so in this room we have a mini boss, and it's effectively the Executioner's Chariot. Anyway. Yeah, it's effectively the horse in the Executioner's Chariot, but with a really big exception that there are archers upstairs. So we do need to be careful here. You want to watch out because this guy can give you the donkey kick, and he can also whip around. If you remember in my... Yep. If you remember in my walkthrough for Undead Purgatory, he glitched out and literally did like a 270-degree turn. And I was quite upset about it. Wow. There we go. Anyway, that's a kill once enemy. You don't have to worry about him again. You get Gower's Ring of Protection. And then we can open this door. Check that ring. Reduces damage taken from behind. That's helpful. Okay. This is not a real door, but this is a real ladder. Go. And we get a Belfry Gargoyle here, because why the hell not, right? Rude. Careful not to fall off the roof. Alright, buddy. So that's that. And a bag of potato chips. So now we gotta get down. Do that here. We can open this door. And I believe this room sucks. Yep, a couple pyromancers. Let me wait for them to explode some things. It's funny. As soon as I opened that door, I was like, I remember this room sucking a lot. That's one. Oof. Hello, wall ghost. I always forget about these guys. Ah, I rolled into that one. There we go. Estus Flask Shard. That's a hard one. Air pattern, flame butterfly. And then we can open this gate. And then open this door. And this basically brings us back to the bonfire. Which, if you recall, now has an elevator that is able to be used. So don't rest there, otherwise everything will respawn, except for the horse. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Then we can take this up. This is a really long elevator, so feel free to read a book. It's in a book. Take a look. Reading Rainbow. What I like to do is spin the camera around to see if there's any drop-offs. So apologies if this doesn't make you feel good. We're coming up here to get a very important key. So that chain you hear is not an enemy. It's somebody who's effectively been crucified. Oh, we need the key to the embedded. Okay. Never mind. Maybe I guess we get that later. Key to King's Passage, that's helpful. Soul Vessel and a Fire Seed. And I'm gonna double check on key to the embedded. Key to the embedded. Okay, so the key to the embedded drops from a boss later on. And then Milfanito will give you the Ring of the Dead. Right. Okay, so we don't have the key here yet. So I thought it led to a key. I guess it did. We do need the key to King's Passage. Let's go back down. And again, don't rest at the bonfire, otherwise things will respawn and then it just gets harder for no reason. I do think that it is pretty rad that like this elevator literally goes to the top. So now we use the key to King's Passage. And this is the boss fog for the Looking Glass Knight. We are not going to do that yet. Instead, we're going to climb the Snake Eater ladder again. We're going to go to the top floor of that big room where we fought the horse. And we'll make one more loop. Okay, let's go up here. Yeah, I wasn't sure if this guy was real. Ow. Oh my god. Drink, Jesus. I swear, I mash square so hard. Sometimes it just doesn't do anything. Anyway, these guys are back from Hyde's Tower of Flame. I guess there's no archers up here. Maybe that was a change from vanilla. I could just be totally wrong, though. I don't think that this is a mimic, but... yeah, this guy died fighting the giant. Yeah, so did that person. Groovy. Firestorm Pyromancy. Let's go to the other side. This is most certainly a mimic. Yeah, it has a buckle. Washing pole and a petrified dragon bone. Alright, groovy. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to rest at the bonfire, restore all of our flasks, and then we will fight the Looking Glass Knight. I'm also going to disconnect from the internet. Homeward Bone would be faster, but it's okay. Actually, maybe not. The loads in Dark Souls 2 are kind of long sometimes. Anywho. Alright, so we have a choice. We can summon Benhart of Jugo. However, I am not going to. Instead, I'm going to leave his questline until later. I don't want to show you... oh, I totally forgot. I don't want to show you how to fight Looking Glass Knight with a summon. It's just better to do it on your own, in my opinion. Or, I want to show you that you can do it on your own. And summon AI really isn't that smart in this game. And it's just going to make the fight harder. Okay, let me do it this way. I'm sure there's a way to disconnect, but... yes, I know. Alright. So this should start us off either at the bonfire or exactly where we were. Exactly where we were. Great. Okay, so the reason I did that is Looking Glass Knight is tough. This is King's Passage. Get an alluring skull. And then some of these knights will come alive. and they come alive behind you. So these guys don't play by the rules. You gotta kill them quick. They have some cool abilities, but they don't fight fair. And what I mean by that is they can sort of like fly. I'll leave this guy alive and see what happens. Yeah, so they have like these cool kicks, and like for statues, they're really cool looking. And I really do encourage, yep, there you go. I really do encourage you to look at the gameplay reveal, Dark Souls 2. These guys were featured either in a trailer or an event or something, and they looked unbelievable. Unfortunately, they did get a bit of a downgrade. Yeah, there's an item over here. Okay, so Looking Glass Knight, really cool boss. It sort of combines PvE and PvP. The boss will summon a player if you're playing online. It's not guaranteed that it'll be a player, but it can be. And they basically join the fight as a Black Phantom. And this makes the fight quite difficult. If you're up for the challenge, by all means, go for it. Nothing wrong with some PvP. But I am not going to do that. I'm going to fight it offline. So, King's Passage, Looking Glass Knight. NPC summons, so you can fight, you can encounter, or you can summon Benhart of Jugo. Ashen Knight Boyd as well in Scholar. And then he can summon... Just checking to see if there's various summons. Okay. Alright, if you want to be summoned by the boss, just place your red sign soapstone anywhere in the castle in one of the areas around the two last bonfires, and in time you will be summoned. That's what the wiki says. So red sign soapstone, pretty much anywhere near here, and the boss can summon you. Alright, so this is Looking Glass Knight. He has a mirror shield, or a looking glass, right? And he can summon people out of the looking glass, which is pretty cool. Ow. He's big and deliberate. This guy also got a visual downgrade, which is a bit of a shame. He looked a lot cooler in the original reveal. And just like most bosses in this game, he can spin on a dime, so you gotta be careful. Once he sort of plants the shield down, that's how you know he's about to summon. So you want to stay to his right, or his sword hand, this way you don't hit the shield. Uh-oh. Nice. Hopefully I don't die doing this. He does have some cool attacks, no doubt. He should summon here in a second. Ow. Yeah. So once he plants the shield down, somebody's going to pop out. They will literally explode out. They don't have a ton of health, so you can just wail on them really fast. Ow. Oh my good god. Please don't kill me. I don't know how many people he can summon at one time. I don't think it's more than one or two. Wow, that was really close. Alright. Actually, I don't even know if he can summon more than one. But oh, yeah, so that's why you want to stay on this side, otherwise you will bonk the shield, and then that just eats up your entire... Oh my god, the tracking. Ooh, that was a fancy little move there, buddy. Yeah, sometimes his tracking can just be obnoxious. A Little flourish at the end there, Looking Glass Knight. Yeah, I do remember fighting this guy and just being a little, like, surprised at what he looked like, because he was so much more imposing in the early footage of the game. Why are you able to do that? Doesn't make any sense. Alright. So he's not going to be able to summon another player. Or another summon, rather. But he goes down. And then we get the Looking Glass Night Soul. And this is the way back into the level. We're going to go here to this elevator. Of course, we got to go around, check for items. Yeah, and there's a chest right here. Alright. So once we reach the bonfire, we will end the walkthrough. Soul Bolt, Spell Quartz Ring +2, and a Bonfire Aesthetic. Nothing on this side. But we're going to take the really big elevator down to one of the most frustrating areas of the game. Not because of the boss, but because of the enemy placement and enemy behavior. And that is Shrine of Amana. It's a beautiful, beautiful zone. It's really, really nice to look at. And the layout's pretty interesting, but the enemies are just relentless and not fun to deal with. It feels unfair in a lot of places. But that'll be for the next walkthrough. Alright, but once you reach Eel Basement, you can go through here. And you can break this. Grab a green blossom. And light your torch if you like. And there will be a bonfire soon, promise you. Right here. Alright. So this is Shrine of Amana. This will be the next part of the walkthrough. For now, let's go back to Majula. Yeah, and so because we have reached Shrine of Amana, we have basically unlocked like the rest of the bonfire icons, which is interesting. Don't worry, we will visit them all to make sure I didn't forget any. What the hell's this one? Oh, that's the... Okay, I know what that is. Yeah. It's one of those things where, like, the end of the game is the beginning of the game, almost. I feel like I picked up a Twinkling Titanite. Yes. Alright, we can go to +5. And our weapon is now completely maxed. Alright. So the maiden in green is over here, looking all crestfallen.
Is that a shard? Here.
So let's give her that Estus Flask shard that we found. Level up our flask again. And then let's level up. Go to 30 on that, and a little bit more there. Okay, so that is it for this part of the walkthrough. That is the entirety of Drangleic Castle. We will return here after we defeat the boss of Shrine of Amana, because then we will get the key that we missed for that like corpse in front of the door. And once we free the woman inside, she will go to Shrine of Amana, and then we can sort of progress her character. I mentioned earlier Benhart of Jugo. I deliberately did not summon him for Looking Glass Knight. In Dark Souls 2, you need to summon certain NPCs in order to progress their questline, such as Lucatil of Mira. Benhart of Jugo is the same way. There are several places that you can summon him. You can summon him for the Prowling Magus fight, Looking Glass Knight, a DLC fight in Sunken City Shulva. You can also summon him in another place and help you out there. That said, well, actually, maybe that is the easiest one. Yeah, I think that might be the easiest one. But what you can do is instead of summoning for each individual fight, you can summon for one fight, use a Bonfire aesthetic in the area, summon again for the fight again, and then do it a third time. So you are effectively progressing part of the area up to New Game +2 to help you do that, but I'll explain that later. But that's what I'm going to do for Benhart, because I don't want to summon for bosses anymore if I can help it. These bosses just kind of get harder from here. But that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. You can also join my community Discord. The link for that is in the video description below. If you're looking for more guides for Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and as always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.